Yeah, so when we talk about communication across the team and the power of the team and what role everyone plays, that's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So can you just kind of talk about your experiences, good, bad, ugly, neither, about and what worked, what didn't work, what y'all felt was critical for the behavior analyst to play on that within that team for you guys?
So I think we probably have 7 or 8 people total, including the school, because Abigail goes to Jacksonville School for Autism, so we have a great team there as well. But as far as the crossover there between therapists and teachers and other therapists, I would agree. I think our ABA therapist is pivotal among all the other therapies. Like Abigail will be putting a trash bag into a trash can, right? So how to manipulate that bag to get it down into the can. So that's OT. And then day before yesterday, whatever it was, Abigail has learned to communicate, that she wants a break rather than she wants to continue with her schedule. That's just as important as completing what's on the schedule is that communication. So that's speech, that's communication. So all, those therapies do cross over into ABA, and, not necessarily ABA into the others, but we're pretty blessed to have Abby at the school she's at, because they do use ABA principles in those other therapies. But it's like, and I think that's an important thing for all therapists, not just ABA therapists to understand, is that crossover is paramount. I mean, you have to have, you have to be using each other. What works, right? ABA works. Use that in OT. Use it in speech. If you want to teach a child communication, use speech principles in ABA, and that's really important. Something that we have found to be very successful for Abigail in her advancement. So then also talking to each other. We have great collaboration between our at-home ABA and then the ABA in school, as well as the therapists and stuff. So it's definitely a team sport for sure. Yeah. She wouldn't be where she is today if it weren't for the people on Team Abby that are willing to work with each other.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've learned from both of these families and from others is they're steering the ship. They are the ones who are navigating the 7, 8, 10, 20 therapists. And in some cases, it can be very easy. And in some cases, it can be tremendously difficult. And so I think from our point of view of going into the homes and being part of this team, to understand what they're having to navigate to maintain effective communication. I know if some of you guys are in a position that I'm in, or in a similar position, I know how difficult it is for 2 behavior analysts to communicate about a single program, and that sometimes nuances are missed. And the more therapists we add to a single case, the need for communication across those therapists exponentially increases. So imagine that for the families that we're going in terms of what they're having to navigate.
And I think it's so important too, because like Asa said, we have therapists at school and then they work for a different company than our therapists at home. And so you guys have to be willing to collaborate together, because we had goals that Abigail wasn't mastering according to the data, but it was because therapists at school were doing it differently than therapists at home, like folding a shirt. We all fold shirts different ways. And so it wasn't, Abigail wasn't not mastering the goal, it was all of us. We weren't communicating effectively to teach her that goal, because when you're learning a new skill, you have to be consistent and you have to do it the same way, or they're not going to be successful. And so I think that's why it's really important. We also have caregivers that come into our home, and they know when we hire them that we expect them to work with our therapists as well, because we need everybody to be on the same page. So if they're going to be in our home, they have to know ABA.
So I want to kind of bounce off of what you said about, different kinds of therapists, that kind of thing. So one thing I would encourage you to do is to be flexible also in your style of therapy. I'm not going to name any names, but I call a certain therapist Skinny Jeans Hitler. And she's...
it's an endearing term.
Yeah. And everyone just turned and looked at it, too. That was great.
So, because she's tough and you know, she gets results and stuff, but then the very next moment she's sweet and caring and just, you know, she understands Abby needs a break today, and she just, you know, and she'll take it easy, and you have to, and we love that, you know, okay, today you want to work, we're going to work, then let's get it done, you know, and learn new skills. Oh, today you're a teenager, okay, today you can be a teenager, you know, we'll take it easy, and finding ways to get her to still learn new skills, you know, without being abrasive. So